What is up, guys? Dashing here for episode 496 of Commute Mode and edition number 11 of NGW. A great, pretty thick card here tonight, as we are getting things started with some singles action, as you can see. And what up, everybody? Mark, Gumble, Gallantry, my friend, Echo, Extreme, welcome all. Glad to have you. What up, Tim? Topher, it is very thick. What up, Jay? Welcome. Glad to have you all dropping in for this early edition of NGW. Oh, hello. What is this? What is this? Oh my God. Here we go. All right, as I was saying, before I was so rudely interrupted, edition number 11 of NGW. Yeah, there was actually, I was going to get into that as we prepare for our first matchup here. There was a big announcement dropped last week by General of NGW, Ken Donahue. 3 announcements regarding the future of NGW is right here. Comes the upper echelon, a new group on the scene led by that man, the former Rising Star champion, Cam Harris. His personal bodyguard, Elijah Park, there to the right. The man who is competing here to the left, Will Ford. But as I was saying, Ken Donahue, guys, if you want to check out the announcement for yourself, go to our website, cmvwrestling.com. Exclamation point, join in the chat. We'll give you a link. But Mr. Donahue announcing that NGW heading into next season will not only be getting its own special events, pay-per-views, 5 a year, the first of which will be at the very end of this season. The last stream of this season is going to be the Fusion exclusive pay-per-view Retaliation, just as it was last season. But the night before Retaliation will be NGW's first pay-per-view event, Departure. And from there on in, there will be special events before every big event that the main roster has. Along with that, next season, a women's division will be coming at NGW, along with a championship and a tag team division and titles as well. So the future of NGW is certainly looking bright. And speaking of the future of NGW, the prodigy Anthony Hunt in action for the first time since losing the last man standing match to Hunter Blackburn 2 weeks ago. Needed a good week off to rest after that. Now Hunt is back as he takes on the currently unbeaten one-on-one former MMA expert, Will Ford. This should be an interesting matchup. I'm streaming today because I've got a pretty hectic week, so found some time tonight to get this done. Sorry for short notice, but it looks like we got everybody in here, so it's fine. What up, Zeus? Right out of the gate, Anthony Hunt goes for a suplex. Looks like they're having a bit of trouble. Oh, there we go, though. Got him down that time. Big show, guys. Just up next, we have got a 6-pack challenge in order to find the next challenger for the Rising Star Championship. And speaking of the Rising Star Championship, tonight's main event, Drake Dunn, the next big thing, debuts, challenging Stevie Wizard for the title. What a huge debut opportunity for Mr. Dunn. We've also got a no DQ non-title matchup between Jay Money and Ryan Riley, as well as the debut of Jacob Anderson, as he'll be taking on Andrew McKenzie. And the start of this matchup, Anthony Hunt in firm control. Irish whip now, rebounds off the ropes. Nice little chest bump. Surely not out of sportsmanship. Cam Harris, who lost the Rising Star Championship 2 weeks ago to Stevie Wizard, now putting together this posse with his personal bodyguard Elijah Park and recruiting Will Ford. Obviously sees something in Ford that a lot of people have seen. Like I said, unbeaten one-on-one. big knee to the face, followed by a snap of the arm. Looks like Cam Harris and Elijah Park ringside there having a bit of a chat. Irish whip rebounds, big kick. Of course, guys, this is episode 496, the 500th, can't believe I'm saying that, 500th episode of CMV is going to fall on next week's Genesis, actually, and I can tell you right now, speaking to General Manager Castlefave, it is going to be a big show. Superstars from Fusion, NGW, and Genesis going to celebrate that huge milestone. And that, of course, is the go-home Genesis to not this Sunday, but next Sunday's Purgatory, the last stop before Ascendant 6. Big, beautiful, short of fireman's carry neckbreaker by Anthony Hunt, followed by an elbow drop. Irish whip now out of the apron, and Anthony Hunt going to bring Will Ford right back through the ropes. Looks like a hangman's neckbreaker. Yeah, where's Blue Mask, Echo? Irish whip now, Anthony Hunt, who a lot of people say should be and probably would be the NGW champion right now if he had not been taken out by Hunter Blackburn and missed out on the championship shot. Knocked out of the semifinals, had to forfeit his match after Blackburn attacked him backstage, and the rest of the upper echelon departing as Anthony Hunt from the apron takes out Will Ford with a beautiful clothesline. Forearm smash now. Oh, I think Anthony Hunt might have hit the back of his head off the steel steps there as he went for the takedown on Anthony Hunt. I'm sure Will Ford would not mind a count-out victory to keep his unbeaten streak alive. Ooh, beautiful neckbreaker right there. Will Ford has lost 2 multi-man matches, but he was never the man involved in the decision in those matches one-on-one. He is 2-0. Using that deadly triangle choke of his that Hunt's going to have. Well, this might end by count-out. Woo, just as I say that. Anthony Hunt saves us. Throwing Will Ford back to the ring. I'm pretty good, Extreme. How are you, my friend? Oh, and Anthony Hunt, spine buster to Will Ford. But look at that. Elijah Park ringside, distracting Anthony Hunt, allows Ford to get back up to his feet. Now catching Hunt off guard. The good thing about streaming today is, even though my voice is still pretty struggling after final stand in Fusion yesterday, I'm going to get Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday off because Genesis will be on Saturday this week. Oh, Will Ford, beautiful twisting Oklahoma stampede right there. Takes out Anthony Hunt. The Prodigy now in big trouble as Will Ford is having his way, just stomping on Anthony Hunt again and again. Yeah, Mr. Extreme deserves a night off here at NGW after yesterday. Look at these kicks. The educated feet of Will Ford being put to good use, but Hunt able to fight through the pain, drops down behind, now reverse DDT by Will Ford. Well, we have 2 tweets here. The first comes from Andrew McKenzie, but wait a minute, Will Ford might be looking to finish. Oh, but a nice takedown. And, oh, look at that. Mocking. Insult to injury, but that tweet from McKenzie guy says, tonight NGW is live in a town of a dump. That probably sucks with these matches, but the only match that matters is myself, McKenzie, kicking the crap out of Jacob, who sucks. Savage words there by McKenzie. And well, NGW is live from the same town every week. Oh, Buffalo, New York. The NGW Arena big spear by Anthony Hunt just might win him this matchup. Only a 1 count. Now, guys, a tweet from George King who says, wait, a dude that believes he is a wizard has the NGW title? That is a travesty. NGW will soon die again. Now, Stevie Wizard is not NGW champion. He's the Rising Star champion. It's Ryan Riley who is our NGW champion. He's in action tonight, taking on Jay Money in that no DQ non-title matchup. Now Hunt goes for a scoop slam. Will Ford drops down behind, neckbreaker. Yeah, I just said, not this front. Well, Genesis this week will be on Saturday. Not this Genesis, but next week's Genesis. Episode 500, we'll have big crossover matches. Superstars from Fusion, NGW, and Genesis all going to compete. to celebrate that huge milestone. And if you did not see, Elijah Park once again getting his hands dirty as he slid in a steel chair. Referee Perry White has not seen it. Opening matchup here on NGW episode 11. Elbow to the side of the head by Will Ford. Will Ford sees the opening, but Hunt's just a little bit quicker. Anthony Hunt getting his hands dirty. Wow. I didn't think Hunt was that kind of guy. Now drops down to one knee. Both men charge each other. And it's Will Ford who gets lucky, pulling off the Hurricanrana, but collapses down to one knee afterwards. He is obviously exhausted. Still has not seen that steel chair. Rolling neck snap. Oh no, guys. Will Ford is stalking Anthony Hunt, and this is not going to end well for the prodigy of NGW, but luckily he's got it well scouted. Nicely done there. Anthony keeps himself alive, turns right into a punch to the face, though. And a tweet now, guys, from Hunter Blackburn says, tonight 5 snakes will be slaughtered, and the Rising Star champion will meet nature's end. Yeah, Hunter Blackburn, a part of that 6-pack challenge up next here on NGW. To crown the next #1 contender for the Rising Star title. The winner of that 6-pack challenge will challenge the winner of tonight's main event when Drake Dunn debuts, taking on Stevie Wizard for the Rising Star Championship. And Anthony Hunt makes a big counter there. Again, Fireman's Carry takeover. Back and forth they go, up against the ropes. Will Ford charges, big time clothesline, takes Anthony Hunt and himself down to the outside. Brought up to his seat. Anthony Hunt, guys, looks to be a little bit out of it, but still enough wherewithal to toss Will Ford back into the ring. Punch to the back of the head now as Elijah Park and Cam Harris again distracting Anthony Hunt. If I were referee Perry White, I would have ejected them a long time ago. White's got a lot of restraint. The upper echelon, maybe they slipped a couple of crisp dollars. Oh! In the official's pocket, swing and reverse STO by Will Ford. And now Anthony Hunt is in big trouble. Will Ford looking to remain unbeaten in singles competition with an electric chair driver. Devastating maneuver. Into the pin. Will that be enough? 1, 2, 3. Wow, talk about your close calls. Will Ford arguing with referee White that was a 3, but now right back on the hunt. No pun intended, but Anthony given too much time to recuperate while Ford was busy complaining. Big snapmare. Rolling neck snap, and a tweet here from Rising Star champion Stevie Wizard says, does a guy who pretends to be a king just insult me? Big roar by Anthony Hunt, letting the NGW universe know that he is still alive. Now it is he who lines up the shot as the upper echelon are forced to watch from ringside. Anthony Hunt with the kill shot there on Will Ford. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. Only there's a reason that he is unbeaten one-on-one. Anthony Hunt can't seem to grasp the fact that didn't get the job done, but now Anthony recollects himself at a modified crossface. Will Ford, an MMA expert, but can he find a way to escape this one? Or will he be the one tapping out tonight? No, Anthony Hunt can't seem to keep it locked in. And now Will Ford with a second opportunity, another chance, snaps the arm over the shoulder. What a match this has been to kick off NGW number 11. Up to the top rope. This is not a place that Anthony Hunt wants to be. Tucks the legs behind that top rope. Now goes up to meet him. This is not going to end well for either superstar. Falcon Arrow from the High Rent District. 1, 2. No. Still is not enough to defeat Anthony Hunt. Snapmare, elbow to the face though. Will Ford is busted wide open. There's no quit. And Anthony Hunt, the prodigy, with that was a beautiful fireman's carry flapjack. Hooks the leg as well. 1, 2. Nearly enough, but not quite. And now it's Anthony Hunt who's getting frustrated with the referee, telling him he's counting too slow. Looks to bring Will Ford up to a vertical base, but Will Ford was ready for him. Jawbreaker creates some distance. Big time single leg drop kick. Will Ford again in control. Dragged by arm and leg. Lateral press. Desperation pin at this point by Ford. Only a 2 count though. Will Ford busted open. Drenched in sweat. Both men exhausted. This has been a banger to open the show. Escapes the waistlock. Punch to the back of the head. Now Will Ford sees his opportunity for him. Smash. Anthony Hunt sidesteps from clothesline. Seems like the upper echelon ringside have finally stopped trying to interfere here. Maybe they're scared Perry White will finally have enough and eject them. Might be too late though. Will Ford goes for a takedown. DDT by Anthony. And Hunt building up a head full of steam. Perhaps calling for the end here. Sees his chance to shoot. Forearm smash though Ford. Those precious few seconds aid him. Another twisting Oklahoma stampede. And Hunt taking up into the air again. Stalls a vertical suplex though. Nicely done. Reverses, but can he capitalize? Cam Harris pacing ringside, not looking the way this match has been going so far for his newfound ally. Pendulum backbreaker, but a kick right to the head. Will Ford brings him into a front headlock. Wrist lock, Northern Light suplex. No pin attempt though. Interestingly enough, Will Ford has not gone for his triangle choke in this match so far, and that might have been his downfall again. Skull cracked is Will Ford. 1, 2, 3, and Anthony Hunt gets back to his winning ways. What's up, Dynamic? Man, what a great matchup to kick off what is surely going to be an amazing episode of NGW. Very back and forth. A lot of close calls, but in the end, Anthony Hunt with a second dose of skull cracked hands Will Ford his first singles defeat. Anthony Hunt may not have finished things the way that he wanted to with Hunter Blackburn, but tonight he picks himself up a much needed victory to boost his morale, and perhaps now his sights are set on that NGW championship. Well, we know for the NGW championship the next line championship opportunity is Joey Diaz, who last week defeated Jeremy Baltimore in a #1 contenders match. It is next week right here on NGW that Joey Diaz will receive his championship opportunity. But earlier today, I got breaking news from General Manager of NGW, Ken Donahue, that J Money has decided to cash in his rematch clause on the same night. So next week, it is going to be a triple threat elimination match for the NGW Championship. J Money, and Ryan Riley go 1-on-1 in a non-title no DQ match. But for Ryan Riley's first defense, it is certainly going to be a tough one against the man he beat for the title and the hot commodity of you. But up next here on NGW, guys, it is a 6-pack challenge with a shot at the Rising Star Championship on the line. And before we get into it, a tweet from Specialist Brett, a.k.a. Brett Curtis, who is involved in this matchup. First, I've got to beat That seems easy enough. Yeah, well, easier said than done. The winner of this will challenge the winner of tonight's main event, where Drake Dunn debuts challenging Stevie Wizard for the Rising Star Championship. But these 6 men got out for them. A 6-pack challenge means the only way to be eliminated is by all or submission will become #1 contender. Well, here comes a man who is relishing this opportunity tonight to, as he put it, destroy 5 snakes, humble them all on the road to forcing the Rising Star Champion to meet nature's end. Hunter Blackburn coming out the last man standing victory over Anthony Hunt 2 weeks ago. Definitely the biggest man in this matchup, the strongest. Might make him a target for the rest to team up against him, but it is every man for himself. Only one man has ever been able to keep Hunter Blackburn down. That man being Anthony Hunt, who's done it twice, but as we saw in the end, even he was humbled by the Grizzly. And here comes a man now who, believe it or not, might just be even more dangerous than Hunter Blackburn. A man who has ended 2 careers already in his NGW career, being Twisted and Chase Matthews, breaking their, or not just breaking their arms, disfiguring their arms with that devastating armbar of his. The Dragon, Gary Reed, does not care if he has to injure his opponents in order to gain victory. Well, just ask Twisted and Chase Matthews exactly what Gary Reed is willing to do in order to be victorious. I would steer way clear of Gary Reed. Probably the 2 biggest threats in this matchup, Hunter Blackburn and Gary Reed, but not taking anything away from the rest of the pack, including this man who just found his first victory since joining NGW last week. He defeated the debuting Andrew McKenzie, who of course is in action later on, taking on the debuting Jacob Anderson. Reborn Jaden Shadow, got to be feeling good after his win last week. Now he looks to earn himself a Rising Star Championship opportunity. Brett Curtis certainly has a lot to say on Twitter tonight. Hopefully he puts his phone down when this match starts. There's those. Hang on, guys, gotta grab me some bucks here. You know, this job doesn't pay very well. Gotta get that scratch where I can, you know. Well, here is the man with Twitter fingers, Brett Curtis. The specialist so far 2-0 in his NGW career. He's actually been having a pretty brooding rivalry over these past few weeks with another man in this matchup, Michael Boom. So it'll be interesting to see if they try and go after each other. Brett Curtis is most definitely a dangerous man. Of course, he's not afraid to bend the rules in his favor, though. There's not really any rules in this matchup for him to bend. The only two are gotta get eliminated by pinfall or submission in the ring. So no AJ Andrews to help him out here tonight. Brett Curtis is on his own. It's going to set the NGW arena on fire. Brett Curtis using up our pyro budget, but definitely is very confident in himself. See if that confidence carries him to the victory here. And here comes a man who has quickly become his bitter rival. Certainly an unorthodox individual. Well, Brett Curtis twice now has gotten the win over Michael Boom. But just maybe Boom can turn that around here in this one. Certainly knows how to enter the NGW arena in style, I'll tell you that much. Don't let his look fool you. Michael Boom, from what we've seen, which isn't incredibly a whole lot, I'd say Michael Boom is still vastly unknown. But from the tidbits, the glimpses we've had so far, Michael Boom, not afraid to do what he has to in order to get the job done. But Brett Curtis has just been, well, a bit more devious on the occasions they've come head-to-head. Using those dirty heel tactics. You don't have to beat the shit out of the ring here, Michael. My goodness. Save that for your opponent's side, I'd probably say. And last but not least, to round out this six-pack challenge, Razor Blade Dylan Vincent, who last week defeated the coach Dave Daniels. But before that, Dylan Vincent involved in a heated back and forth with Joey Diaz that saw him go through a pretty vicious Anarchy Rules match. Might still be feeling the effects of that, but Vincent showing up and looking to show out in this one. So here we go. This six-pack challenge going to get underway. No time wasted by these six superstars tearing immediately right into each other. Remember, the only way to be eliminated is by pinfall or submission. It is the last man standing who in 2 weeks will receive a shot at the Rising Star Championship, and whoever may hold it, we found out later on in our main event when Drake Dunn will challenge Stevie Wizard for the title. We have Brett Curtis tying up with Razor Blade while Hunter Blackburn goes for Shadow, Michael Boom, and Gary Reed tying up. Hunter Blackburn currently with a vicious shoulder claw being applied on Shadow and Vincent. Ooh, that lowdown did not look like it exactly landed the way it should have. And Vincent, I think, might be worse for wear. I think that move messed him up more than it did Brett Curtis. Michael Boom pendulum backbreaker there to Gary Reed, starting strong here against the Dragon. Has to watch out for that arm bar while Hunter Blackburn just toying with Shadow, it would seem, using his superior strength advantage. But Shadow fires back. Of course, the biggest man and the smallest man in this match are going to go after each other. Brett Curtis, nice emerald explosion, while Hunter Blackburn continues to dominate Shadow, gunslinger. Gary Reed now the one with the upper hand on Michael Boom. Doesn't last long though. Arm drag up to the top rope. Goes the infamous one with an elbow drop. Don't know if that exactly connected. Nope, Razor Blade right back up to his seat. Now tries for a pin. Looking to use Brett Curtis's failure against him. Only gets a 1 count. A ring-shaking sit-out powerbomb by the Grizzly Hunter Blackburn. Gonna follow it up with repeated stomps to the chest, trying to cave in the lungs of Jade and Shadow. Single knee gut buster there by Michael Boom. Look at the strength of Jade and Shadow, though. Fireman's carry dropped into a roundhouse kick, and meanwhile, an airplane spin dropped into a TKO. Gary Reed now looks like he's going to try to soften up Michael Boom's arm for that cross arm breaker. Michael Boom, he gets caught up in that, man. I have to say, he should tap or he will snap. Gary Reed has ended 2 men's careers already. Twisted and Chase Matthews, their time in NGW cut short thanks to that man. But, woo, sharp super kick by Michael Boom. We might have our first elimination. 1, 2, only a 2 count over Reed. Hunter Blackburn tries for a lateral pressure on Jade and Shadow, but only is going to get a 1 count as Brett Curtis counters an axe kick attempt by Vincent. Now Curtis going to make him pay as he oh, look at that! The arm breaker, but Michael Boom finds a way to escape, luckily, before his arm snaps like a twig. Choke on by Hunter Blackburn. Brett Curtis stalking Dylan Vincent, knee to the face, followed through by a discus clothesline. Now it's Hunter Blackburn giving Gary Reed a taste of his own medicine as he snaps the arm over the shoulder, and Brett Curtis with an electric chair. Half Nelson driver. 1, 2, 3. No! I thought we might have had our first elimination right there, but Dylan Vincent able to survive. Michael Boom taken out with a butterfly suplex at the hands of Shadow, and Brett Curtis decides it's a good time to do a little bit of taunting, as does Hunter Blackburn apparently. Dylan Vincent managing to keep his head above the water. Now he goes up high, looking for that red arrow. Dylan Vincent showcasing his high-flying aptitude. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. Gave Brett Curtis too much time there, though, to kick out. Lateral press and dirty heel tactics being employed by Jade and Shadow. Looks for the elimination of Michael Boom, but Boom survives. Yo, what up? Heyman Guy and Dylan Vincent Sizing up Brett Curtis. The spinning reverse STO might be the finishing blow. Our first elimination. 1, 2. Oh, but Curtis now returns. Oh, the favor of Dylan Vincent earlier, kicking out of his electric chair half Nelson driver. Yeah, I got your message, Chopper. I'll get it after the stream. Now it's Brett Curtis trying his hand at some dirty work. There's 2 pins going on, though, so I don't know who's getting pinned. Both Dylan Vincent and Gary Reed kicking out. Jaden Shadow able to connect with his running single high knee to Michael Boom. Boom back up to his seat. Now, though, the power of Gary Reed as he just launched Blackburn into the air and clipped him with that European uppercut on the way down. Again, we nearly get our first elimination, but Michael Boom survives. Yeah, what up, Soul? That match, yeah, that was the opening matchup. We saw this. This is the second match. This 6-pack challenge, still a lot to get to. Up next, Andrew McKenzie takes on the debuting Jacob Anderson as Dylan Vincent again looks to eliminate Brett Curtis. We've also still got Jay Money versus Ryan Riley in that no DQ non-title match. And our main event, Drake Dunn, the next big thing, debuts when he challenges Stevie Wizard for the Rising Star title. Dylan Vincent gets crushed with that sit-out pile driver. And now Curtis goes to the corner to rest up a little bit. A great strategy, I'd say, being exhibited by Curtis. Let his opponents beat the hell out of each other, but inadvertent teamwork by Michael Boom and Hunter Blackburn might mean the elimination of Jaden Shadow. Goes for Nature's End, but Shadow counters, clipping the temples of the Grizzly. 1, 2, only a 2 count. Dylan Vincent now with a torture rack powerbomb to Brett Curtis, and Michael Boom with a crossface being applied to Gary Reed. Well, Gary Reed, yes, Gary Reed is forced to submit. First elimination made. Michael Boom taps out Gary Reed, who's usually the one tapping people out, as he did last week when he ended the career of Chase Matthews. It was actually earlier in the matchup, Michael Boom escaped that cross arm bar of his, and now scores the first elimination. Then there were 5. Lateral press. 1, 2, only a 2 count. No, it was the first matchup. Yeah, it already happened, so. Will Ford versus Anthony Hunt. Pace of this matchup has definitely slowed now as these 5 remaining men have been giving it their absolute all for a shot at the Rising Star Championship. Dylan Vincent just about gets his back broken over the shoulders of Jaden Shadow. And now Shadow putting some distance between he and Vincent for a big-time spear. And then doesn't go for the pin, though. Pulling a Gary Suckinop with a 6-pack challenge back at or 8-pack challenge it was, rather, back at Cause and Effect. Hunter Blackburn, though, set to humble Brett Curtis. 1, 2, 3, and the specialist has been eliminated. All his talk on Twitter is for naught, as he is gonzo, and then there were 4. Jaden Shadow has Michael Boom over his shoulders. Another boot camp kick. Razor blade jawbreaker to the Grizzly. Brett Curtis finally regains his composure. And another spear to Michael Boom. And at the same time, Dylan Vincent takes out the big man with that swinging reverse STO. Jaden Shadow does not like to go for pins in this match. Well, Vincent apparently doesn't either. Well, he wasted a whole lot of time. And now Dylan Vincent accidentally breaks Michael Boom out of that pin. I'm at Worm. No, Anthony Hunt won. So really good match, though. It was like a 15, 60-minute match. Double axe handle attempted. Jaden Shadow moves out of the way. And a Widowmaker. Absolutely devastating. Modified neckbreaker out of the Gory Buster setup. And Dylan Vincent surprisingly is controlling Hunter Blackburn. Has him in the corner. Sit out powerbomb. Lateral press here. And Michael Boom has now been eliminated. Then there were 3. Jaden Shadow, Hunter Black. Oh my God! Belly to belly from the top rope. And Vincent landed right on Boom as well. But Vincent quickly shakes the cobwebs. That was awesome. Hunter Blackburn still sleeping on his feet. One of these 3 men going to be the next #1 contender for the Rising Star Championship. Kick out at 2 by Jaden Shadow. As Hunter Blackburn comes up from behind here on Razor Blade. Shadow escapes the head scissors. Dylan Vincent, though, immediately put right back in trouble as Hunter Blackburn from behind. Didn't see him coming. Backflips out of the suplex attempt, however. High knee to the back of the head. Jaden Shadow cuts him off. Another stiff roundhouse kick. The boot connecting to the side of the head, just echoing throughout the NGW arena here in Buffalo, New York. Back suplex and a kip up. Blackburn adds to it with a double axe handle. Seems like Hunter Blackburn and Jaden Shadow have formed an alliance against Vincent here. I think that Shadow and Vincent would try to work together to take out Blackburn, running single leg high knee lateral press, but Vincent still survives. Busted wide open as well. Well, Jaden Shadow and Hunter Blackburn's partnership in this matchup that started with 6 superstars taking its toll on Vincent. Jaden Shadow just having himself a good old time while Blackburn does all the work. Jaden Shadow should realize that once they eliminate Vincent, though, he's going to have to deal with Blackburn on his own. Look at Hunter Blackburn disrespectfully rubbing the bloody face of Dylan Vincent into the canvas. Then a big elbow drop to the back of the head. 300 plus pounds crushing the skull, but Vincent remains alive even still. And Jaden Shadow keeps looking to... Oh, wow. He just broke up Blackburn's signature attempt. Blackburn's going to be pissed about that. Hunter Blackburn again zones in on the kill. Jaden Shadow keeps cutting him off. Oh, now Hunter Blackburn broke up Shadow's finisher attempt. Oh my God, GG no re. This is a pretty rocky relationship between Blackburn and Shadow here. Oh, the Grizzly, though, laying all of his body weight across Vincent. It's still not enough, man. Dragged by arm and leg, and Dylan Vincent has not been able to secure himself any sort of defense. He's going to pin him again. Just resorted to continually pinning Dylan Vincent now. Gary Reed, Brett Curtis, Michael Boom have been eliminated. But perhaps this will finally do Vincent in. Psycho Driver by Shadow, but doesn't try for the pin after. Wants to make sure the job is done. Boot camp. Right on the button, and Hunter Blackburn now giving Jaden Shadow his room to work. Seems like the Grizzly is hungry, though. Wants to slice himself off a little slab of meat. But now Vincent, thanks to this discombobulated teamwork, a blow! What a springboard cutter! The way that Hunter Blackburn landed on his head, but Vincent then caught off guard. Butterfly DDT by Shadow. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3, and Vincent's eliminated. There were 2 left. Hunter Blackburn, Jaden Shadow. The partnership comes to an end. One of these 2 men gonna receive a Rising Star title opportunity in 2 weeks. Irish whip, Jaden Shadow put into the corner. Hunter Blackburn, Irish whips her to the opposite side. Shoulder thrust right to the midsection. Might have broken every single rib in Shadow's body. Right into a pin by Blackburn. Hopes that'll be enough. Nearly is, but not quite. Dylan Vincent makes the walk of shame to the back. Nothing to be ashamed of, however. Put up a hell of a fight. Was only eliminated because Hunter Blackburn and Jaden Shadow were double teaming him. Lateral press now by Shadow, hoping and praying that somehow Hunter Blackburn stays down, but Jaden Shadow, I don't know that this is the best time to be taunting right now. Maybe wait until he's actually won this match. Keeps himself going though, running high knee. Attempted, Hunter Blackburn sidesteps it. Big splash by the Grizzly of a man. Snap Samoan drop, and the ribs of Jaden, man, just getting turned to dust. Look at this now, stomp right down into the gut, using his superior size to bully Jaden, completely out of it in the seated position. A very rare drop kick from Blackburn, and that sets him up for the end, nature's end. Jaden Shadow, you have been humbled. Hunter Blackburn thins the herd and becomes #1 contender for the Rising Star Championship. In 2 weeks, Hunter Blackburn will meet either Drake Dunn or Stevie Wizard for the Rising Star Championship. We find out exactly who later on tonight in our main event, but man, what a 6-pack challenge that was. Jaden Shadow's idea to start teaming up with Hunter Blackburn, I think, was a mistake. He should have tried to work with Dylan Vincent to eliminate Blackburn. Probably would have given him a better advantage, or a better, at least a chance of actually winning this matchup. And Chi-Chi no Ri, by the way. Ah, there's the music. Sound guy eventually got it right. The Grizzly of a man feasts on the snakes tonight, but in 2 weeks, there's going to be a championship on the menu, and whomever holds it, well, God save them. Whatever they believe in, protect them against this beast. And a tweet here, guys, from Will Ford, who earlier tonight at the top of the show put on a banger with Anthony Hunt, but wasn't able to get the job done. Now tweets saying I still don't know how to pronounce this, Agogi challenge is still going forward. No setbacks. The next guy is going to get the crap beaten out of him. And now, guys, our third matchup of the night, going to see a newfound rivalry take its next step forward. It was 2 weeks ago that Jacob Anderson, having just signed his contract to join the NGW roster, made the unfortunate mistake of bumping into McKenzie when he was in a bad mood backstage. McKenzie snapped and beat the hell out of him, driving Jacob Anderson through a table. Now Anderson in his debut going to have an opportunity at revenge. These two certainly went into each other on Twitter over the past couple of weeks. But all that Twitter talk is over. Time to back it up in the ring. Last week McKenzie debuted, suffering a defeat at the hands of Jaden Shadow. So, you know he wants to bounce back here, and it would feel really good for him to be able to put down Anderson. And a tweet from Hunter Blackburn says, "Whether it be wizard or whether it be done, they will find salvation, meet nature's end, and be humbled." Well, here we go. Andrew McKenzie is ready for action. And here he comes, our first proper look. Jacob Anderson with his beautiful blue hair. Big fan of this kid already. And you know he's been harboring a grudge, been waiting to get his chance at payback. So here we go, Andrew McKenzie, Jacob Anderson, 1-on-1. Let's get it on. Referee Perry White rings the bell straight out of the gate. You can tell that McKenzie has a slight height advantage, overpowering Anderson currently as he backs him into the corner. Clean break, honestly. That surprises me, but Anderson now going to be the one to get the upper hand. Side headlock taken down to the canvas. Andrew McKenzie fights out of it into a head scissors. Jacob Anderson not want to stick around for very long. Tips out of it, right back into the side headlock. Not very frequently these days you see this kind of back and forth. You know, collar and elbow tie-up battling for supremacy. I honestly like to see it. That was a pretty brutal looking flatline that McKenzie snaps right back out of. Jawbreaker. As Anderson gets up to his feet. Up next after this, guys, in our co-main event, no holds barred. It will be in a non-title matchup. Jay Money takes on Ryan Riley. Of course, next week, as we heard earlier tonight, a triple threat match for the NGW title as Jay Money, Joey Diaz, and the champ, Ryan Riley, will vie for the belt. But tonight it's about the personal animosity between the former friends. Our main event still to come. The next big thing, Drake Dunn debuts, are going to show us exactly why he is called that, as he challenges Stevie Wizard for the Rising Star Championship at Andrew McKenzie. Very egotistical as he holds his knee to the back of Anderson's head. Rebounds, clothesline now. Props him right back up into a seated position. Not wasting enough time on the one knee. Stiff kick to the... Oh, there you go. Jacob Anderson fighting from beneath, I should say. He's frightened. 8-second ride. Beautifully executed and a springboard senton. Now, I was very excited when I heard that Jacob Anderson was signed to NGW. I don't know terribly a lot about the kid, but I know that he's very young and that he is very hungry. Kicks out as McKenzie there, though. The Lucky Nova with a forearm smash, staggers Jacob, but not long enough. Fires back a forearm smash of his own. Big old clothesline. The Gallantry superstar using his own head as a weapon. Lateral press now. One. Only a 1 count. Never forget the Nacho Man. I should put him into the Hall of Fame, quite honestly. Jacob Anderson, some sort of fisherman setup. He was going for there on McKenzie, but instead, gonna get a face full of knee. Okay. Ooh la la. Tim, try not to get too excited. McKenzie seductively crawling into a full mount and then headbutting the hell out of Anderson. Has him in trouble. McKenzie to the top rope. High rank district. Will it pay off? Nice little leg drop with a twist. 1, 2. Oh, nope, not even a 2 count. Got a bit overzealous myself. McKenzie definitely, though, has the upper hand right now. Question is, can he maintain that and let it carry him to the victory? Jacob Anderson gonna have something else to say. Tries for a jumping cutter. McKenzie was ready for it. Irish whip onto the apron, and Anderson with a shoulder thrust brings this fight down to the outside. Ringside now, and Jacob Anderson looks to inflict big-time damage to his rival. Something tells me even after this matchup, it still won't be over between these two. I mean, I can't really blame Anderson. Imagine just minding your own business, the best day of your life. You just signed a contract with a brand new company. You're in CMV. And all you do is accidentally bump into a guy, and he just beats the hell out of you. That's exactly what happened. Andrew McKenzie was quite honestly out of line with what he did to Anderson, but maybe McKenzie had just received some really bad news. You never know what's going on in somebody's life. Jacob Anderson doesn't care, though, as he scales to the top rope. Now waiting for McKenzie to get up to his feet. What exactly is Jacob trying for here? Caution to the wind as he pulls off a beautiful crossbody pin to follow through, but only a 1 count. Anderson back to the corner, looking to thrive off the energy of the NGW universe. Big roar. McKenzie still looking like he's out of it. Eyes glazed over in La La Land. Working the neck crank. Jacob trying to snap the neck of Andrew in half. It's looking like as he shoots for a scoop slam. The Lucky Nova, though, slaps a tit on the way down for a reverse DDT. Claps the temples. Andrew McKenzie now creates an opening for himself, but unfortunately, both these men seem to have each other well scouted, did their homework in advance of this matchup, and now Anderson looking to shoot his shot, but McKenzie drops down behind the clutch to save himself from sure defeat. Captures suplex, sends him right overhead. Jacob turns to the crowd. Again, looking to them to keep himself alive. Inverted suplex. Jacob Anderson shows a bit of strength, a bit of power. Now exactly what does Anderson do to the apron again? Wants to fly high. You take risks like this, eventually one is going to not go the way you want it to. Phenomenal forearm, though. Directly on the button. McKenzie shakes the cobwebs. Takes it with a pinch of salt, down on one knee. Action roll, though. Anderson gets out of the way. Walks right into the clutches of McKenzie, unfortunately. And now the Lucky Nova. Oh! The stiffness of that clothesline. Rocking Anderson, and now McKenzie looks to seal the deal. The headbutt machine. With 3 in a row, busting Anderson open. And into the pin now. 1, 2. Just a 2 count. It's not enough to keep Anderson down, but it is enough for McKenzie to have the advantage. Goes for yet another headbutt. Anderson moves out of the way, though, and McKenzie might have just knocked himself out. 8-second ride another time in this matchup. Hooks the leg. 1 count only. The Lucky Nova. Seems like that kick to the back just made him angrier than he already was. Knee to the face. Distance put between them for a snapmare. Jacob Anderson fights back to his feet. Got to appreciate the heart on this kid. What a matchup this has been. for the debut of Jacob, but a great showing for McKenzie as well. Who is going to come out ahead is the question as they continue to vie for control. Big old spine buster. I don't know what promo you're talking about, so. 1, 2. Only the 2 count. Andrew McKenzie on spaghetti legs. Jacob Anderson to capitalize. Boot camp. Cracking McKenzie right on the temple. And now Anderson with what might be his last-ditch effort from behind. What's he setting up for? Lumbar check. Oh, man. What? McKenzie completely no-selling the lumbar check. All right, kid. I think this is a shoot, brother. Now McKenzie with a Houston hangover leg drop. Drops right into a pin. 1, 2. Still not enough, though. McKenzie must have went to the Randy Morton school of selling. Kick to the, oh man, the heel of the boot right to the back of the head. When I see a shot like that, it just makes me cringe. Pretty nasty looking forearm smash too. Jacob Anderson continuing to bleed out of that gash on his forehead, and McKenzie with a cravat neck breaker, working the damage to the neck as he once more is on the hunt. Goes for some more headbutts maybe. Anderson instead with a 110th Street Slam. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Anderson believing that was a 3 count. I did as well. Honestly, man, what a match. I think people were sleeping on this matchup. That's some disrespect behind that bitch slap. And now again, lumbar check. Dose number 2. What the hell? Why did Anderson not go for the pin? Instead locking in an Indian deathlock on McKenzie, just wanting to make him writhe in agony. I guess more concerned with hurting McKenzie than actually defeating him here. Snapmare, the Lucky Nova, has certainly been just that here in this matchup, with Jacob Anderson refusing to pin him after hitting 2 lumbar checks. Punch to the gut, crack to the jaw. You can see that Jacob is hardly able to stand here right now. Woo! Back suplex, face buster. Innovative offense by McKenzie. Looks to finish off the match. 1, 2. Hands on his hips. McKenzie, I think, has the same train of thought of everybody else in this arena, including me. What the hell does he got to do? Another boot champ delivered to the side of Andrew McKenzie's head. Eyes rolling to the back of his head. Anderson, though, beginning to bleed profusely. Another 110th Street Slam. 1, 2. No! And McKenzie, with his blood-drenched face, looks at referee Perry White with his hands on his head. And a 3rd time. As the old saying goes, will it be the charm? Lumbar check. Every time, though, Anderson doesn't go for the pin. Look, what is he doing? To the 2nd turnbuckle instead. And an elbow drop right to the face. Oh, geez Louise. Rebounds, elbow drop to the chest. Stomp to the face. That finisher must be glitched. But now Andrew McKenzie, who apparently has a back of steel, with a stomp to that lower spine, clothesline, ducks the clothesline, snap power slam. Kick to the gut. And a future shock DDT as Anderson bleeds like a stuck pig. Choke slam? Attempted. Anderson fights free. But McKenzie right there to meet him, grabbing a handful of blue hair. What up, J Money? Just in time to see the end of this matchup. Not afraid to get some of Jacob Anderson's blood on him, I guess. Another three head, it might be probably like the 12th or 13th headbutt in this match. Wants to make sure Anderson doesn't get lucky with a rope break. This has got to be it. 1, 2, 3. And Andrew McKenzie is able to finally find the victory over Jacob Anderson. Andrew McKenzie, the Lucky Nova, after enduring 3 lumbar checks. Like I said, it seems as though Jacob Anderson was more intent on trying to injure McKenzie than actually trying to win the match, and it cost him in the end. As McKenzie, after his 12th or maybe even 13th headbutt, grabs the win, and Jacob Anderson definitely going to need some stitches. Hopefully he's able to recuperate and find a way back from that one. Like I said, I don't think things are over between these two. Well, guys, it is time here on NGW number 11 in a pretty chaotic night. It has already been thus far. About to get turned up a notch. No holds barred as former friends battle champion Ryan Riley. It's non-title here tonight, but next week the title will be on the line. Remember, last week Joey Diaz defeated Jeremy Baltimore to become #1 contender, but acted his rematch clause. So next week it will be a triple threat elimination match. J Money, Joey Diaz, and Riley for the title. But right here, this is all about a personal grudge between these two. It was after Ryan Riley defeated J Money to win the title about 3 weeks ago. Afterwards, J Money attacked his former friend with the championship. And there he is, the former NGW champion, the Prophet J Money, vying to become the first ever 2-time NGW champion next week. But right here, right now, on a mission to try and take out a man who was once his tag team partner, once his best friend. Remember, guys, listen, that's still our main event to come. Drake Dunn debuts in NGW. Still challenged Stevie Wizard for the Rising Star Championship. A lot of long matches on this card. in the ring and ready to go as now we await the arrival in his first appearance as champion, the prodigal king of the cruiserweights. I think world champion Harvey Hastings might have something to say about that. But Ryan Riley, man, what a match it was between he and Jay Money 3 weeks ago for that title. An absolute classic where Jay Money threw everything at Ryan Riley. Double R just would not stay down. Rose above in order to capture the coveted NGW championship. Next week, his title will be in serious jeopardy. A usual triple threat match. First fall to a finish. He wouldn't even have to be pinned or submitted to lose his title. At least he has that on his side. Next week, it's elimination, so he will have to be taken out of the mix if he's to lose his title. All right, here we go, guys. Our coming event on NGW number 11. It is non-title, but it is also no holds barred, which means that anything goes between these two. No countouts, no disqualification. The only rules that the match must end by pinfall or submission in the ring. And Jay Money starts strong as the bigger and stronger man. Look at that. Oh. Not afraid to immediately turn savage with a forearm smash right to the back of Ryan Riley's head. Now, anybody who knows Jay Money is well aware of the kind of man that he is, but I don't think anybody was really ready for what he did to Ryan Riley 3 weeks ago. These two, through it all, have been friends. They've been tag team partners. But Jay Money, in losing his championship, just snapped. Drilled the title right into the face of Riley. Didn't even give him enough time to celebrate his championship win up in the second turnbuckle. Now Ryan Riley has the upper hand. Goes for a Meteora maybe. Looks like what he was going to set up for there. Jay Money moves out of the way now. And Riley hurting his own legs. That's not going to bode well, because that's Ryan Riley's upper hand in this matchup, is that he is very, very agile. Definitely more athletic than Jay Money is. Going to try to use that quickness to combat the ruthless edge of Money and the power advantage he has as well. Reality check delivered, knee to the side of the head, and then a neck breaker to flow through. What a poorly and a super kick. Up under the jaw, and Jay Money to finish early, only a 1 count. Mamma mia, Papa John and Jay Money. Don't know exactly what that taunt was. And here we go. Jay Money leaves the confines of the ring. Pulls out a steel chair, the age-old equalizer. No holds barred. Right over the head of his former best friend. And Jay Money just looking down, almost like maybe some regret. Maybe feeling sorry, but no. Whatever he was thinking, Ryan Riley ain't thinking the same thing. Kick to the back and a leg drop DDT again by the NGW champion. Jay Money immediately tries to collect himself, using the ropes to get up to his feet. Riley, though, pins him in the corner, and a Shiranui as well. Sliced bread number 2. And there's that agility factor we were talking about. Standing moonsault, the steel chair still ominously sitting in the corner. Money perhaps having second thoughts about what he did 3 weeks ago after he hit Riley with that steel chair. But Ryan Riley not holding back. Grabs a hold of the arm, and arm wrench. Ryan Riley goes face first down to the mat. 1. Only a 1 count though. Jay Money definitely, it seems as though he wants to finish this match early. Like he doesn't want to hurt Ryan Riley. He was just sending a message that he's his own man here in NGW. Wants to reclaim his title. He'll get the opportunity next week in that triple threat, along with Joey Diaz. Now Ryan Riley goes to the outside, and what sort of toy is he looking to introduce to this bout? Well, nothing. Apparently, he just wants to get a different angle. Slides back into the ring now. All right, then. Interesting strategy, I'd say. Irish whip to the corner. Jay Money slapping that shit out of here. And Money, the purveyor of pile drivers, with a package one there. Ooh! 630 cents on from Mr. Money. Well, I guess I take it back. I said Ryan Riley was the more agile, but that takes some serious athleticism. Jay Money getting ahead of himself, though. Ryan Riley with a kitchen sink and the NGW champion beginning to rally a comeback. The prodigal one comes up from behind, goes for a punch to the back of the head, but Jay Money was ready for him. Forearm smash. Staggers him just a bit, goes for a codebreaker, moves out of the way, and a high knee clips him right on the jaw. Money now tries to follow through, but double boots to the chest pushes him back. Remember, these two went through an absolute war against each other 3 weeks ago for the title. The title's not on the line here, but something even more than that. Pride and a big spear from the champ. 1, 2, 2 count. Jay Money survives, but for how long? Riley to the apron, beckoning for Money to get up to his feet, and this is not going to end well for the Prophet. Ryan Riley, high knee right to the face, and it looks like Money, speaking of knees, might have hurt his on the landing. Wasn't Ryan Riley's intention, but that's good news for him if Money incurs an injury, especially heading into the title match next week. Scoop slam, Money drops down behind, reverse DDT. And look at that, flipping off Ryan Riley. I think the ref and all the fans. Jay Money, no fucks given attitude. Clothesline, Ryan Riley now caught with a back body drop, continuing to get back to his seat. There's no quit in the champion. Big spine buster, however. Gonna keep him down as Money goes to the corner. On the hunt, lining up his shot. And pulls the trigger. Enziguri busting Riley wide open to boot, but snaps to. The champion knows there's no rest for the wicked. Hook to the jaw, comes up from behind, escapes the waist lock, does Money. Elbow again to the side of the head from behind. Punch attempted. Ryan Riley saw it coming. They know each other too well. Leg drop, Bulldog. And then another twisting leg drop. A lot of leg drop offense I'm noticing from Riley in this matchup. Leg drop DDTs, leg drop Bulldog, leg drops. Well, there we get a Hangman's neck breaker. Very old school. Does the job, though. Might be enough to win the match. Only a 1 count. And Ryan Riley, you can see he is visibly exhausted as little drops of blood pour from that open wound on his forehead after that enziguri from Jay Money earlier. Sweep, lateral press, desperate pin, and actually got a pretty close count. Jeez. You know that Ryan Riley is hurt. That doesn't mean he's down, though. He ain't out. Not yet. Punch deflected. Jay Money forearm smash fires off. Punch to the pec. High kick. Hook to the jaw, though. Was too far away. Now gonna pay for it. German suplex right into the ropes. This does not bode well for Ryan Riley, guys. Jay Money. German suplex. Followed up closely by that waistlock lariat. That is usually a prelude to the butterfly pile driver, which Ryan Riley does not want to get hit with. Jawbreaker. Fighting on fumes, but fighting. Regal Plex into the pin. 1, 2. Just a 2 count. Riley catching a second wind. Maybe his last opening. His last opportunity He shoots his shot, but will it connect? The 8-second ride. Riley scurries to the pin. That's the maneuver he used to defeat J Money 3 weeks ago to win the NGW Championship. And does not get the job done here tonight, however. Ryan Riley has to resort to trying something different, but a rake of the eyes, the dirty heel, not afraid. It's no DQ, remember. And a vicious vertical suplex, hangman's neck breaker combination. Now it is J Money who looks to take his revenge on his former best friend. Butterfly pile driver. There's no rope breaks in a no DQ match. 1, 2, 3, and J Money pins the NGW champion. J Money evens the score with the prodigal one here at NGW ahead of their title match next week, where Joey Diaz will join them for a triple threat elimination match, but big momentum for money here. Another stellar matchup put on between these two. They knew each other so well, had one another's maneuvers scouted, but in the end, Ryan Riley incurring too much damage, and that butterfly pile driver was the final nail in the coffin. Money barely able to stand. Somebody had better check on Riley. What kind of condition is he going to be in to defend his title next week? The Prophet looking to become a two-time NGW champion next week, but tonight he smiles big with a brutal victory over Ryan Riley. All right, guys, it is finally main event time here on NGW number 11. This has been maybe the longest to date. That's because we've had a lot of great matches on this show, and I'm sure this main event will not disappoint. The debut of the next big thing for the Rising Star Championship. Wizards' first defense of the title since winning it 2 weeks ago, defeating Cam Harris. But now he puts it on the line against a world-renowned competitor. Well, Drake Dunn likes to say when it's done. And he's looking to show everybody exactly why he is known as the next big thing. Obviously, general manager Ken Donahue sees him as a big-time prospect to give him this debut in the main event and for the Rising Star Championship. Dropping him right into the big leagues. The NGW universe falling into a hush. There he is. Drake Dunn has arrived finally to CMV and NGW. Don't get it twisted. Ken Donahue might have big plans for the future of Drake Dunn, But he is not being given a walk in the park for his first match. Championship on the line, yes. But Stevie Wizard proved 2 weeks ago that when in a big match like this, he will put his heart, his soul on the line. He defied a lot of wrenches thrown into his gear. And finding Cam Harris for the title 2 weeks ago. Elijah Park distracting ringside. But he defied those odds to become champion, and is not looking to let some newcomer come in here and make a name for himself at his expense. Drake Dunn says he is a big fish in a small pond here in NGW. He's obviously full of himself, but again, for good reason. Gun his eye just that Ken Donahue saw walking down the street the other day and said, hey, want a job? Hey, want a Rising Star title match, kid? Drake Dunn has earned his recognition around the world. But here he comes, looking to use his wizardry powers. Love the black and white vignette here. The CMV Rising Star Champion, the unique Stevie Wizard, looking to cast a spell over Drake Dunn tonight and soil his grand debut. I thought Adam Valentine was found in an alleyway eating out of a dumpster. Stevie Wizard striking a pose in the middle of the ring. First time as champion. Wizard week off after capturing the title. Remember, the Rising Star Championship could mean big things for the superstar that holds it. The rules of the championship being it must be defended at least once every 2 weeks, but once a champion defends it twice successfully, they can then cash it in to go to the main roster for a mid-card title opportunity on either Fusion or Genesis. As there is the man of the hour, the next big thing, Drake Dunn, the challenger. And there stands the champion. A man who quickly won over the favor of the NGW universe for his uniqueness. Woo! Stevie Wizard is ready to go. Hands the title over to referee Perry White. Referee Perry White shows it to Dunn. Dunn, a multi-time champion. Various other organizations. So here we go, Dunn. Wizard. Rising Star title up for grabs. The bell rings and it is on. Right out of the gate, Wizard grabbing a hold of Dunn's arm, then swoops behind. A little bit of a hammerlock set up. Dunn looks to be caught up in it. There we go. Finds an escape, and a Fujiwara armbar being applied by the challenger here. Not many guys in CMV's history have debuted right into a championship match. I can only think, only a few come to mind. Justin Sane at Ascendance 2 debuted in a United States title match against Zach Payne. The very next night, Levi Marta debuted in a United States Championship match against Zach Payne. Schmitty debuted in a European title match on Unmatched. Those are really the only three that immediately jump out at me. Waistlock and wrestling at takedown. Stevie Wizard transitions into a head scissors. A lot of back and forth between these two early on, not jumping right into it, feeling each other out. So what two smart competitors would do when against a newfound opponent. High knee to the chest. Swings it through, and Dunn grabs Wizard by his mop-like hair. Not making fun of it. Wizard, please don't turn me into a toad. I like the hair, all right, but it is reminiscent of a mop. I love the beard as well. Big fan, Wizard. Drake Dunn, though, Irish whip, and catches him with a slick-looking arm drag on the rebound, then a reverse DDT to take him out. For that second turnbuckle. Swanton bomb right across the ribs and rebounds does Dunn. Oh, double axe hand to the top of the head. Kicks out the Nito's Wizard to reciprocate, and a whirly bird head scissors. Wizard showing us just why he is the Rising Star Champion. And look at those pythons, brother. Knee drill to the face in the corner. And out of the apron, Wizard. Oh my God. He just slingshotted himself right over for an attempted body splash. I think he landed on Dunn's knee. Not exactly the way that I think he wanted that to go. Woo! Side effect. Drake Dunn is eating a whole lot of offense at the hands of the champion right now. Wizard drags him into place for a lion salt. Are you going to be the biggest fan of the NGW women's division? I bet you're going to watch every match. Kick to the midsection by Drake Dunn. Takes Wizard for a cheeky bit of a walk. Rush out referee Perry White. Just got a face full of dick by Dunn. Arm drag from the top rope. Very agile. Drake Dunn is exhibiting his potential here in his debut. My God. Move. Stop. Double boots drilled into the midsection. It very well could have broke a rib, if not all of them. Kick to the back then to follow up. Stomp to the arm. Drake Dunn elbow drop to the lower back. Now going to get dropped onto that top rope. Drake Dunn showing us that he knows how to use the ring as a weapon. All the best superstars do. Your surroundings. Utilize them like a tag team partner. Stevie Wizard, though, whatever Drake Dunn had in mind, going to be thwarted as the defending Rising Star Champion with an airplane spin into a cheeky little slam and then strutting his stuff before and at a woo. And Wizard, they ain't no party. Look at party, because come party, don't stop. Rallying the support of the CMV Universe, who I think are a bit split between these two. European uppercut again. And another one. Still not done as Wizard rebounds off the ropes for a beautiful textbook drop kick. Stevie Wizard then scoop slams straight down, but he drops down and over. Neckbreaker gets him the upper hand. Can Drake Dunn take this inch of aisle? Goes for the lie detector. Corkscrew cross body attempt, but Wizard, quick thinking, and his wherewithal saves him. And now, Wizard with the pump handle pile driver stretch, I should say. Drake Dunn, I don't think wants to be locked in this for very long. What a reversal. The next big thing. Now trying desperately to regain his composure. That's why nobody wants to. Oh, there's the lie detector. Corkscrew crossbody nails Stevie Wizard, and now Dunn hooks the leg for the pin and the win. Drake Dunn is the new CMV Rising Star Champion. Just like that, the second attempt. Of the lie detector. We're not even going to get a championship celebration, but instead Wizard showing that there is no hard feelings with a handshake. A great match between these two in the main event. But Drake Dunn saw his opening after escaping the Dicker stretch. And the next big thing looks to be just that as he captures the Rising Star title in his debut. But Wizard, being the good guy he is, gonna welcome him with open arms. Shaking hands and holding his arms up high to close out NGW episode 11. All right, guys, as always, if you like what you saw, make sure you do drop a follow if you're new to the stream so that you know when I go live. The next time, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday for my voice, too. After a 3 exclamation point join, we'll give you a link to our website, cmvwrestling.com. If you want to be a part of the show, head on over there and check things out. Exclamation point Twitter, exclamation point Discord to give you links to our social medias. And I appreciate you guys joining me. Hell of a show. And I will see you guys next time.